CEO Ronald Hicklin from Creating the Difference. Thank you for watching another CTD Deep Dive Bowling Ball Review. We offer free YouTube videos as a way to help you make an informed decision. So let's go ahead and get right into that ball review right now. Today we're going to talk about the brand new Brunswick Ethos Hybrid. This ball features HK22C SH 4.0 hybrid. It's HK22C, which basically means it smells like oranges, which is a good thing. This ball has a measured hardness of 73.5. It has the Ethos core shape, which is symmetric. The RG is 2.481. The differential is 0.053. It's symmetric, so the mass bias is 0. This ball has a factory finish of 502,000 grit Sierre. We checked it with the CTD surface scanner and it measured right at 1,000 grit. The oil absorption rate is fast and it's laid out 60 by 4.5 by 30. We're gonna bowl on our standard 40-foot house pattern, and let's go ahead and review this bowling ball right now. We on the sauce today. First shot in the dark. Gotta let a little oil get into that bowling ball. You can see what 0.53 differential looks like though. And you see the oil, right? That's the oil. And this part right here, this is called the dry flare. So this is actually part of the flare process too. The ball's still flaring. There isn't any oil in the back part of the lane. So front part of the lane, back part of the lane. Now you know. And the back part of the lane is basically not gonna have any additional hook, but it does allow the bowling ball to not help push down the oil. Whereas the front part of the lane, you definitely wanna have that flare going because the flare allows the oil to spread out over the bowling ball. Ooh, he's got some big hook to her. That's the C in the HK22 part. Ooh, ooh. Yeah, this ball hooks. This ball hooks. So it's dull, it's HK22 cohesion, and it's got a pretty strong core. I mean, you look at that, you look at the numbers, and you go low RG, high differential, symmetric, strong shell. This ball hooks. Now I know you may be like, why does he have these dumplings on his shirt? But it's not really dumplings. I'm gonna explain what that means after this next shot. Yes, so that's what you call bow wow. You see what I'm saying? So like when you have some room for error, like I have, I missed by one board to the left and it still recovered. And when it recovered, it went bow, bow. So that's what the shirt is. It's not dumplings. It's actually bow, bow. Now you know. I mean, it hooks. So, continuous shape. I need to throw a few more shots. Definitely continuous, but what I'm curious is, because it hooks so much, I don't know that like, if you get a little squarer up to it, if it's gonna hold. I don't know, let's see. Yeah, I mean, that's 8 boards left. It didn't hold, didn't have a bad shape at all, just didn't hold. This is a strong ball, man. This is a lot of hook. It's a lot of hook. It's a strong, continuous, big hooking bowling ball. I think this is that ball for players that are gonna be more apt to have struggles with their ball hooking. You're gonna need some oil for this ball though. This is not like a light house shot or a really bad surface house shot, because this ball hooks, and that's kind of a characteristic of HK22C anyway, but this ball hooks, and it hooks, I don't wanna say early yet, because it's not more like traction early. I wanna say it's more mid lane, but it definitely reads any sort of friction and it wants to read it kind of quick. So basically what I'm thinking right now is that if you're a player that struggles getting your ball to hook, this may be a piece you might wanna look at. So one thing about symmetrical balls is that symmetrical balls typically can be used for a longer time period. The transition isn't as fast, typically. I feel like this ball kind of fits into that mold. I feel like there's gonna be a lot of room for error, but I think because it hooks so much, the window for which when you use this one probably isn't as long as some of the other bowling balls, because it'll begin to hook just too much too early and then it won't be usable. But I think if you're a player who struggles with that, always trying to get your bowling ball to hook, this ball may be a ball you can use for a longer time, Whereas maybe somebody that's a higher rev rate or somebody that's a slower ball speed, the window may be usable, it just may be shorter, that's all. Watch this. See, so here's the thing, so if you had an original Ethos and you're like, oh, I really like that ball, it's really good. And I know expert bowler Chris, he likes that ball. This is gonna be the heavy oil daddy, right? This is gonna be the one that's just a lot more hook. And I don't think it's just like taking your Ethos and sanding it down hook. This is like a different ball. It's a much stronger piece. Oh, don't leave me with the flatty 7. Ring 7. So let's talk about that for a quick second. Flat 7, ring 7. That is kind of like a little bit of a warning, right? It's a little bit of a warning that maybe you need to make an adjustment, whether that's with ball speed, hand position, or even where you're playing it on the lane. But that right there is not a good sign if you're leaving those, especially back to back. And typically what'll happen, right, is I'm gonna try it right now, but typically if you flat 7, ring 7, and then you 6-pin or 4-pin, depending on right or left-handed, that's like the telltale sign to get out of that ball. You know what? Let's make a 2-and-1, and let's see what happens. I mean, it struck. That's the goal, right? I like this ball. It's a lot of hook. It's a lot of hook. You may want to get you one of these bowling balls if you struggle with your bowling ball hooking. So my father, right, lower rev rate, lower ball speed, but likes stronger balls, but sometimes the asymmetrical stronger balls are too early. I feel like good ball for him. I also feel like if you're a super high rev rate player, this ball's probably not getting into your bag. It's just too strong. It's just too much, too early. You don't need that. You end up having to loft it down the lane. I don't feel like that's gonna be a good piece. I do want to polish it because we know that HK22C polished doesn't roll bad because it's on effect. So I'm going to polish it, but I definitely feel like this is a piece that's more for that guy who is more he struggles getting his ball to hook, because this bowling ball flat out hooks. Bow wow! If you need a bowling ball that hooks, this might be the one you're looking for. Now let's go polish it and see what happens, because I'm curious to see if it still got a little, what it does. We appreciate you taking the time to watch this video, and as a special thank you, you can use the code YouTube10 and get 10% off Life After Death, our best bowling ball cleaner. Please consider hitting that like button or subscribing. Don't forget to go to ctdbowling.com. And remember, every bowling ball purchase comes with your choice of a free True Cut sanding pad. All right, so I don't know if you can tell or not, but she is shiny, like glow in the dark shiny. Hit it with the little scanner, and you can see 6,500, 6,500. So the question now is, what's the performance? Obviously, we can't stay where we started, but I'll start there and just see what happens. Yeah, we can't play there. We knew that though. So we'll start by going 5 that way. Close. Probably gotta go one more. One more will be right there, but that's not bad. The shape's good, it's just straighter. So now maybe the higher rev rate guy could use the ball. So Chris is like about 100 more RPMs than me, so he probably would like this ball and it comes back in play when it's polished like this for him. Now you have more information about the brand new Brunswick Ethos Hybrid. That's all I got. I got nothing else.